I get so many questions about maintenance things and how to do this and how to do that. This is a video to show some new riders a little bit about how to change grips and the types of grips that I like to use. Let's go.
So I was doing the edit, or starting the edit for this video, and I couldn't help but think about how these grips are worn down on my son's bike. And I got a little emotional, and I just wanted to share that with you. Every minute that my son rode on this bike, or most of the minutes that he rode on this bike and wore these grips down, were minutes that I was with him and we had father-son time. And that's one of the things dirt bikes gives us, is family time. We don't think about it as much as maybe we need to, but even these just little wear items represent time with my son, and that's important to me. And that's what Dirt Bike Channel has always been about, is being able to figure out how to connect the family and the bikes and the hobby and the finances and all that stuff. And it's important. And a worn grip makes me emotional now, because this is all the way through me. Like, this whole thing is all the way through me. And just thought you might like to see a peek behind the curtain. It's not the best, probably, SEO way to start a video like this, but that's what we're doing. Okay, let's get to the video.
What's up, everybody? Doing a little post-ride maintenance on my son's bike. I buy all this stuff from Rocky Mountain ATV because it's a freaking awesome place to get stuff. They have a lot of stuff in stock. And if you use my links for Rocky Mountain ATV, it enters you to win that bike that's right out of the frame. I give bikes away all year long. And if you use my links to buy any of this stuff, it doesn't cost you anything, but it does give you entries in to win the bike. That's why I got these grips. I'm a big fan of Lock On Grips. And the reason why I am is because it's just so easy to change. We end up doing a lot of stuff on our dirt bikes, a lot of maintenance, and I look for things that are easy and fast, and the ODI Lock On Grips to me are easy and fast. So let's look at how we replace this. Now, I'm a big fan of running bar ends to extend the life of your grips. There's a few different bar ends that you can get. This is one very economical way to do it. This is the Tusk Racing. Also got these at Rocky Mountain ATV. These are really easy to install, really simple deal. And that does extend the life of your grips, because when you have diggers and you go down, you can see this one has been doing a bunch of moto. You can also see how much wear there is here on this grip. I swear, riding moto, you wear your grips out faster than you do riding trails and things like that. So, and that's what my son has done a lot of, is a lot of moto here. So we'll pull that off and then move to the next step. Next is this little T15 bolt right here, or screw, whatever you want to call it. We'll loosen that, and then the grip slides right off, and we're done. We don't have to worry about cutting a grip off or gluing the grip back on or wiring anything. That grip is off on this side. We'll clean this up and put the new one on. I'm just going to use some contact cleaner. I love this stuff. I kind of buy it by the caseload, I feel like, because it's so useful in so many of the things around the bikes that I'm doing for maintenance purposes. Cuts through that crap and gets that all clean. And then I really like to buy the open end. ODI makes these open end grips that you can buy from Rocky Mountain ATV. I love those, and I will just open this up and find the correct side. Look how fresh and pretty that thing is right there. And you've got the ODI symbol kind of at the top here, and that's kind of like my vantage point. This is the half waffle grip. You've got the waffle on the bottom. And this just gives you a little bit better feel now and a little bit better overall grip. We'll slide that on. And I want my bar end to be directly flush out here on the end of this thing. So you can kind of install it. It's hard to see this with my camera position. I'm gonna move this over. We'll run and gun this. So I'm gonna install my grip so that it's flush right there with the end of the bar. I'm gonna make sure that my ODI symbol is up at the top, just like that. And then I'll take my bar end and we're gonna just put it right back in. This is pretty clean, so I'm good here. I'll stick this back in. It goes right up against that, and then we'll tighten down this little screw. Are we still in frame here? Yeah. tighten that down, and that just expands that thing in there, and that isn't gonna go anywhere. Oh, and the last thing, this is what happens when you're doing this on camera and not thinking about it. Now we're going to tighten down that screw. When I get talking too much, I don't realize, oh, I need to tighten that down. And it's super simple, because this one little screw right here is all it takes, and that grip is locked on and is never gonna spin. It's never gonna move, because that's the thing I don't like about the glue-on grips. Even with the glue and the wire that we put on them, I still get them to turn on me. This never turns. Now for my next trick, we're gonna do the throttle side. This one, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but this is gritty, because the last time we were at the track, Connor went down on this side, kind of picked up some dirt inside of here. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to we actually took this apart at the track and kind of cleaned that up, but we're just gonna pull this guy out, loosen that up. There we go. Set that to the side. And then use my favorite tool of all, the Motion Pro spinner T-handle. I freaking love this thing. I think I use it more than anything else in the whole shop. We'll just loosen that up. And that comes off. We're gonna clean this guy up. See where this is all shiny from throttles turning on that. And now this side is just a teeny bit more involved. I need to take these out the rest of the way, because your throttle assembly on this type of throttle is everything is kind of together here. So we'll take our sides of our throttle body off, or whatever we call that. And now here's our throttle. And it's just, this is a dual action throttle or whatever. A lot of the 4-strokes have this. So we'll just undo this side, undo that side. And now I need to get this throttle cam and put it on the new grip. Let's go look at that. So when you get these things, it's gonna come with a bunch of different cams, and that's the only thing that kind of separates these, the different models and things. But here's the deal. This is the old throttle, and that's the old throttle cam. This is the stock throttle cam from this 2025 KTM 250 SXF. And none of the cams that came with this particular one are the exact one. These all have different cam lengths on them. I've already looked, and none of these are the exact same one that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna pop off this stock one. I just make a mental, I don't know if this is making any sense, but I just make a mental note of that. I'm like, okay, here's how I'm gonna put this so that it's aligned. So I'm just gonna take a mental note of that, pop this off like this. Oh, there we go. Popped it off, and now I know that has to go on just like this, because I made that mental note, and then I'll just kind of turn this over and snap that on. Okay, now it's good to go. I'll just clean that a little bit, because normally I would have cleaned that before I popped that back on, but we're on camera. So now this guy is ready to go back over to the bike. Okay, now we have to reassemble this. So I'm going to, this is how we need to have that go on. So I just know that this one goes around on this side. I'll pop this into here, put that around. This side goes into this one, pop that around, and then we'll take our assembly here, and this is clean. Want to make sure that that's all nice and fresh and clean. That goes on this side, duh. And this one goes on this side, just like so. Real simple. And then we put our bolts back in to hold this together. And this down a little bit, or just kind of take up the slack. I'm not going to tighten these, because if you tighten that, it won't slide back onto the bar. So come around like this and get all this stuff to kind of slide down. Now, let me bring you over to the other side, because I want to show you over here. A lot of times I get these questions like, how do I install, my throttle and where should it be? Here's the end of the bar. If I install my throttle sticking out too much like this, I'm not going to be able to put my bar end in here. My bar end will catch on the end of the grip. If I put it too far, and if I put this too far in, now I've got all this extra space here where dirt can easily get in here and under my throttle. So I want to have this out basically just flush right here and align it however I need to with my throttle up on top. So I'm going to say it's going to be somewhere right in there. And then I'm going to tighten my throttle down just like this. So snug those things up just a bit. And at this point, now I can test and make sure everything is working good. That throttle can snap back really good. It feels super clean, and I like that. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Just snug those little bolts down. I'll put my boot of the throttle back up here, slide this back on. And now I'm gonna get my bar end. We clean this all up to make sure there's no grit and grime in here. I'm just gonna slide that in all the way against the bar and then tighten this thing down. And what I wanna check and make sure is that that isn't inhibiting my throttle at all, which it doesn't seem like it is. We'll just tighten that guy down so it's not gonna come out on its own. And there we go. Now we've got grips, brand new grips on both sides. So there you have it. That's a real quick swap out of the ODI Lock On Grips. I really like the Lock On Grips. I love them. I don't love messing with the glue on grips and having to deal with the glue and clean that off and scrape them and cut them off the bars. And then with a glue on grip, you've got to have the wire ties on there and you're just trying to keep these things from spinning. And I don't love doing that. And so I much prefer the ODI Lock On Grips. Now, some people don't like these. What are the reasons why people don't like them? It's usually because this isn't as soft. Like the regular glue-on grips, there's a little bit more cushion on there. These don't have as much cushion. And so that is the biggest knock that I see that people will say is these are too hard. There's not enough like squeeze and squish in a lock-on grip as there is in, it's just like the rubber material is just a little bit thicker in the standard glue-on grip. And so it's a little softer, on your hands, and some people like that. And that's the biggest complaint that I ever hear about the ODI Lock On Grips. But for me, I think it's great. And I'm a big fan of this style of grip. Again, if you're gonna buy any parts for your dirt bike, please use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. You can go to dirtbikechannel.com, you click on Shop Rocky Mountain ATV, and then you can buy anything they sell over there, including these things, oil, tires, gear, whatever, and it gets you entries in to win the bikes that I'm giving away all year long. So all year long, if you use my link first, won't cost you anything, but you're literally getting free entries to win my dirt bikes, and we're doing it all year long. So make sure you get in that habit because it doesn't cost you anything, and it literally keeps the lights on, literally and figuratively, here at Dirt Bike Channel. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys today. I appreciate you. If you want to learn more of how to take care of your bike, become a member of DBC Garage. It's a real awesome online community that we have. There's a ton of training videos on there, and it is also a great way to get entered to win my dirt bikes because it gives you automatic entries every month. You never miss a sweepstakes, and there's tons of training videos on there inside of our community that don't exist on YouTube at all. Tips and tricks and things kind of like this. So anyway, hope you like this video. Hope you learned something. And until next time, leave a single track.